very disappointing afternoon for us. Do you want to assess that 80 minutes for us?
Yeah, it was very disappointing. We've just shut the door there in the changing room and give some brutal honesty to to each other and to the players there. I thought Halifax from the particularly that first 25 minutes, they just played rugby tough. They ran a bit harder than us, and they tackled and hunted in a pack a bit more. I thought we let ourselves down start that game, and it took us till 30 minutes just before then when our bench came off to inject a little bit of energy and a bit of belief in what we were doing, and we looked good for a good period then. But then we just fell back into our old ways, and certainly what we're doing at the moment's not good enough. And if we think that's not acceptable, then we need to find another job.
You touched on that early stage, we went 18-0 down. Is there a frustration that we're having to chase games rather than play ourselves into it?
Yeah, massively, and I think the frustration is a lot of the tries we're giving away early, we're actually giving them away. We're not really making teams work hard for it. We're coming up with some basic errors and some bad decisions at times, on some of those errors, which is handing field position over and giving them territory to score them tries. So there's certainly some disappointment in going behind early, but certainly disappointment in how we're handing them tries as well.
Worked hard in that last 15 of the first half though to get ourselves back into the game, mid triple sub. We looked alright in that stage, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. I thought, when the bench came off there, Jay and Norm and Brad came on, they brought some fresh energy to us, and they played the game like we wanted to play it. And at half time, that's what we said is for 10 minutes there we have played rugby tough, and the second half we need to play 40 minutes of rugby tough. But again, disappointing that we didn't put that together.
So obviously going to the break 18-10 down, how disappointing is it that inside the first 5 minutes we go and concede a try then?
Yeah, and I think the manner we're conceding some of these tries, they were not making teams work hard for them, and they're just throwing an offload and a pass back on the inside, and our defensive not moved up, or someone's just knocked off. And that's the disappointing thing is we talked about it as a group during the week. We've worked on it, we know it's coming, and we're just not executing those plays. And that's certainly as individuals in a group something we need to look at and fix up pretty sharpish, because there's not a lot of games left this year, and we've got some real important games coming up.
Just scoring some nice tries last week. Is there a bit of frustration we weren't able to showcase that kind of rugby this afternoon?
Yeah, there were. I thought the tries we scored were good tries. We didn't get into any field position to execute our players again. We spent the majority of the game coming out of yardage, and then towards the back end a bit of frustration and people chancing their hand, probably not just playing a bit smarter with the ball. We didn't get that field position, so yeah, disappointing again. A disappointing performance.
After two tough results on the road consecutively, you must be itching to get back on the training field next week.
Yeah, and that's what we've talked about there. There's no one going to come through the door and save us, or come and help us out as a group. We've got to stick together. We've got to find the answers ourselves, and we've got to work hard, and we've got to fix it up pretty quick. We've got some guys out there who are trying. I think Jack Owens tries his out every week, and young Douglas coming off the bench. And you can see what it means to him playing in there, and he's been good. And we've got to get on board as a group and use some of their energy and bring it into our game.
Doesn't get any easier for us, obviously, with Toronto next week. It goes without saying we've got to step up our game for that.
Oh, massively. 100% we've got to step up our game. Even from last week's performance, we'd have had to step the performance up to play Toronto. The top of the table, they've been cruising most of the year at the top there, and they've got a good bunch of players, and they play a good brand of rugby as well. And it's going to be a real difficult game next week, but I think next week's the wins are important for us, but we need to put performance together, and certainly we need to perform better than we did today.
And last was always Kieron, how are we shaping up body-wise? Anyone likely to return? Or?
No, I think we're pretty much what we have at the moment. Obviously we brought Ellis Robinson in this week. He's had a week of training with us, so he'll be in contention, and we'll probably find out Wednesday or Thursday whether Ryan Ince is available. But as we stand at the moment, that the squad's what it is, and I don't think we've picked anything up major from today, so hopefully we're not too far off having everyone back.